Yeah, I read the fun facts. I didn't know about the leaves. They can only eat animals 5 times and then they fall off. That's interesting. What?
6 times.
Yeah, 6 times. I see. Do you know what I would do is I'd say why? Why does that happen? Okay, like I want to know the reasons why behind that. I can guess that like it just can't absorb any more nutrients. I say from that leaf that only has a certain amount, but I'd like to know why. Right? That I take that little bit further. Okay, just that bit in particular. The rest is really interesting. Do you know? Good stuff. Well done. Okay. Okay, cool. So what I would like to do very, very quickly is take a quick check on where you are with your projects. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you all, if you don't have it already, have my email address. If you would like to tell me about how your project is going, or you would like some help with your project, or you would like to try something with me in terms of your pictures, like Lily, I've seen your pictures, they're really good. Good job. Rosie, I've seen yours. Dino, I've seen yours. Micho, I saw yours as well. A cactus. Someone sent me some really good information about a cactus recently, that inside a cactus, it has 2 types of roots that it grows. One grows when it starts to rain, so it can get more water, and then another type of root that actually dries out when there is no rain. When it dries out, it actually stores water inside the root as well as inside the stem to make sure it keeps getting water. So that's a really cool adaptation I didn't know about, that I only learned about yesterday or the day before. So this is what I want you to do, Pizza. I want you to choose a plant, make a book or a poster about that plant, choose parts of the plant and write about its adaptations. Understand? If you're confused, talk with Dino. Okay? Dino's done a lot of work, a lot of really good work as well. Dino can help you and put you in the right direction if you don't understand. Okay. And you have my email address there as well. So if you do start doing something, email me the work you've done. So I can have a quick look at it and I can let you know how you're doing. Okay. Okay, James, I definitely saw your face. Good to see your face. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay.
Good.
Good. You think?
Because I finished the book already.
Oh, cool. Awesome. No problem. Okay, so as I was saying, what we're going to do going forwards is we're not going to just focus on plant adaptations, because we've been doing it for 3 months, 2.5 months. We have let's take a step away. Okay, we've done a lot about plant adaptations. Let's start talking about animal adaptations, and let's start talking about ecosystems and impacting ecosystems. Okay, so it's kind of along the kind of same line. So we're learning about plant adaptations, but now we're going to do animal adaptations. We're going to do ecosystem and figure out how the ecosystem and environment impact the adaptations. So that's what we're going to do going forwards. Okay, let's start off with a simple question. Who can guess or who can tell me what is an ecosystem?
The environment is where typical species of plants live.
Okay. Yes and no. I'm going to lean towards no, because that's a habitat. Okay. So what Dino just explained is the place where plants and animals can live is called a habitat. Okay. An environment is all of the things that can affect an organism. Now, what do I mean by affect? I mean temperature. I mean amount of sunlight. I mean amount of water. I mean amount of air. I mean location on the globe. All of these things are environments. Remember, we were looking at like wetlands and grasslands and the type of plants that live there and their adaptations because they live there in that environment. Okay. These are things that can affect an organism. An organism is a living thing that's inside an environment. Yes. Laura, what's up? Thanks. So, as I said, habitat is the place where animals and plants live. An environment is anything that can affect those plants and animals. And an ecosystem is kind of that in between. An ecosystem is a biological community, so plants and animals that are alive. What they do is they basically interact with, I saw it, okay, I can't reply now. So an ecosystem is a biological community. Biological community means things that are alive living together. For example, we'll go back to that. A community would be a lot of people living together. So we could say we are in the community of Hannah, right? We can have a classroom community. We can have all of us in the classroom working together with inside the classroom, and that's a classroom community, okay? Now, the way they interact with the environment, that's the thing you really want to get at here. Ecosystems are not just the same animal. They are animals living together. They are animals, plants, working towards a similar goal. Okay, we're going to talk about food chains later on, and you'll understand that a little bit more. But what you need to understand is that it's biological, and it is working together within an interacting environment. So, what I need you to understand about the differences between those three words: habitat, place that live, place where you live, environment, things that can affect animals and plants, ecosystem, working together in the environment. They sound very, very similar, and if you were to think about them, they are quite similar, but there's a little bit which is different. Being able to understand that difference is huge. So that's what I'm going to try focus on today, is get you to understand those three differences. But as I said, first of all, let's play a game. So the game I want to play today is where I'm going to get you to draw on the screen, but only one student at a time. Only one at a time. What I will ask you to do is to draw an animal that lives in this. So see, next person that draws on the screen, I'll be able to know who they are. If I know who you are, I will ask you to leave this classroom. Do you understand? What I will do is I will draw an animal that lives in this environment. Who can guess what this is? Please put your hands up. Yes. Let's go. Emily, what animal is this?
It's a bat.
It's a bat. It's a very badly drawn bat. But now, what I would like you now to do, Emily, is I would like you to draw another animal that lives in this environment. You know how to draw, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Let me get rid of all this. Okay. Okay, Snow, what do you think? Jon Snow, I can't unmute you. I can't see you, and I can't unmute you. How can I talk to you?
I cannot draw. Bird.
What type of bird?
Hummingbird.
A hummingbird. Ming Chao, is it a hummingbird? Ming Chao,
It's a parrot.
A parrot. Okay, no. Laura, please draw us.
I think it's a butterfly.
You're not. You're wrong. It's a parrot. Laura, please draw us an animal.
Okay. This is a great one.
I'm not entirely sure what that is. Okay, Dina, what is this?
A bear.
A bear. Laura, is it a bear?
Panda.
A panda.
Panda.
Yes, a panda. It's a what?
It's a panda.
It's a panda. Okay, right. Let's try one more.
It's a panda.
It's a panda. Okay, I believe you. Good stuff. Well done.
A lion.
Yes,
a lion.
Yeah.
I want a bird.
Okay, good job. Right, let's do one more quick one. Minnie, you draw us an animal, please. Dina, what is it?
A giraffe.
A giraffe. Is it a giraffe, Minnie?
Yes.
Yeah, good job. Okay, right. So, an environment is anything that can affect an organism, but we can also affect environments as well. Humans, for example, as you can see with this funny picture of the gnome getting stuck in the six-pack. As plastic, you can see that humans can affect it by pollution. But how do you think an animal, obviously not a human, can affect its environment? What can it do? How can an animal?
They can cut down tree from like squirrel and animal.
Yeah. Okay. But what does what animals affect the environment? What can an animal do to affect the environment?
I just know a tree affects the environment.
Okay, yeah, trees can as well, but think about, let's take a lion as an example. Okay, a lion lives in grasslands and savanna. What does a lion eat? Hermione, you're very quiet today. What does a lion eat?
Lion eats meat.
Okay, eats meat. Rosie, let's say a lion eats deer or antelope, okay? What do the antelope eat?
Grass.
Grass, okay, cool. Elsa, where does grass come from? Where?
Soil.
Soil. Great stuff. Okay, good job. Well done. Soil. Okay, what's needed in the soil in order for grass to grow? Pizza. Take that off your head. Stop being silly.
Nutrients.
Nutrients. Okay. How do nutrients get into the soil? MTA.
The nutrients get into the. What is the question?
What?
Say again.
How do nutrients get into the soil?
Because some animal has some animals decompose animals making nutrients in the soil.
Decomposing animals, and I'm going to help you all again. Animal poop. Okay. So we have a lion. A lion eats antelope. Antelope eat grass. Grass comes from soil. Lions die, go back into soil. There we go. So there is a food chain, right? That's something that helps an ecosystem. It also helps the environment as well. What happens if you take away the lion? What happens? What if the lion disappears?
The antelope species would grow bigger and bigger. Then they eat all the grass.
Yep. And then what happens? There's no grass. The antelope die. Boo-hoo. Nobody's happy, okay? So once you take one thing and you understand the effect that that animal can have on an environment or even on the ecosystem, it changes, right? So we think about humans in the bigger scale. We have pollution. We throw plastic away. We pollute the skies, the earth, everything. Humans destroy everything. Bad humans. But if you were to take an animal out of an environment or an ecosystem, it's also going to change it as well. They have an impact and effect on everything that's going on around them. Now, the reason I want you to understand that is to, as I said, understand the food chain, okay? These are linked chains showing how food could begin at a producer level. That's just a simple, we've looked at this before with plants, but now we're going to look at it from the animal's point of view as well. We will look at some plant adaptations and how they help the environment, particularly probably when it comes to like vegetables, taproots, etc. We'll look at those a little bit closer. But adaptation is a physical or behavioral trait that an organism has in order to survive in its environment. So this is a fennec fox. You can tell me by looking at what adaptations the fox has. Emily.
I wanted to tell you that if you take the lion out of the food chain, then another lion will reproduce, and we will have lots of lions.
So look at the picture of the fox. You can guess where that fox lives. Laura, where do you think that fox lives? As far as no. Pizza, where do you think it lives?
The grassland.
Grasslands? No.
The desert.
The desert, right? Lives in the desert.
I know how it survives in the desert. It is small, so it doesn't give off. Doesn't need much water and doesn't absorb many sunlight, and its big ear help it to hear animals, so it can eat.
Yeah. So, if you were to look at the picture of that fox, right? What you want to do is you want to pay attention to what is different about it than, say, other animals, okay? So if you see that like it's got giant ears, which it does, its ears are bigger than its entire body, well, pretty much huge, you can make an assumption that, okay, it needs big ears to hear its prey. If you look at it, it's the color of it, okay? What's the color going to tell you?
Its ears also help it to regulate its body temperature because it helps it to lose heat in the desert.
Yeah, at nighttime. Well, yes and no. Okay, you're right to. Yes, okay, right. I'm just going to agree with you. Yes, Peter, you're right. Helps regulate temperature. So, what you need, what I want you to try guess and understand is, when we were looking at plant adaptations, maybe remember when I showed you pictures of roots, you could look at a picture of a root and you could say, hold on now, I know that from this root we are getting the plant is getting everything it needs from its roots in terms of like it's being spread out or it's a taproot, okay? You could guess by looking at the roots exactly where that plant is from, okay? If you know it's got shallow roots, they're spread out long, it needs more water, so that's maybe the desert. You looked at the leaves, oh, the leaves are big, gets as much sunlight as you can say it's a rainforest. Same as with plants, and the same as with animals, okay? You could take one look at that fox and go, okay, what color is it? Why is it that color? What animals have that color Oh, animals that live in the desert because they don't absorb as much sunlight. Why does it have ears that big? Well, it needs ears that big to hear prey a long way away. So these are all assumptions you can make by just looking at the physical adaptations of an animal, never mind the behavioral adaptations. So that's going to lead me on to your homework, okay? So your homework is very simple. But what I want you to do is choose your favorite animal, write about their environment and their habitat. So they're two separate things, okay? The habitat is where it lives, and the environment is things that can affect where it lives. If you chose that fennec fox, for example, its habitat would be a burrow in the desert, okay? It would find a hole to dig and would live inside that hole. The environment would be the temperature, the wind, the sand. These are all things that would be a part of what can affect where the animal lives. And then I want you to talk about its adaptations, okay? What special adaptations the animal has in order to survive. Does it have giant ears? Does it have a fur that reflects sunlight, for example? So does anyone have any questions about this? Yes, Emily.
What time is it?
That's not a question I'm going to answer right now.
Why?
Pizza.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, cool. Dino, question?
No, but can you write something on which I wrote you the fun fact?
Yeah, I'll reply to your email now. Don't worry. It's all good. Okay, I'll send you a Google form to fill in for this homework. Please get it done. Please have a look at it.
I need Dino.
And until get tomorrow. Okay, all of you, thank you and goodbye. See you later. Have a good day.